Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we'll be exploring an exciting and rapidly evolving topic, which is artificial intelligence and its impact on cybersecurity. AI is transforming industries worldwide, from healthcare to finance, and cybersecurity is no exception to it. It plays a crucial role in identifying, analyzing, and mitigating the cyber threats in real time. So let's dive into it, where we have some slides. We'll be going through it and I'll be explaining these topics one by one so that you can better understand what is cybersecurity and what is artificial intelligence and how can we work together in order to achieve a goal. So first of all, artificial intelligence and the future of cybersecurity. AI is revolutionizing the way industries function when it's the automating repetitive tasks, improving operational efficiency, or enhancing the security. AI has become an indispensable tool, but one of the most critical most critical areas is artificial intelligence, where it's making a significant impact in cybersecurity. Cyber threats are becoming more sophisticated and advanced and making difficult for the traditional security systems to keep up with. Now, artificial intelligence, however, can analyze vast amount of data, detect anomalies, and respond to cyber threats in a real-time environment. It gives the organizations an edge against the cyber criminals, since it's keeping an eye of the trends which are taking place in the market. For example, artificial intelligence powered security tools can detect malware, phishing attacks, insider threats before they can even cause the damage. The proactive approach helps in companies to stay ahead of cyber criminals and to reduce the response time in the security incidents that we face on daily basis. So let's see what is artificial intelligence. It refers to simulation of human intelligence in machines. So these systems are designed to think, learn, and adapt to new situations like humans do. Now, artificial intelligence applications can recognize patterns, make predictions, and even they can take actions without direct human interaction. AI consists of several subfields, as mentioned, as machine learning, deep learning, neural networks, or computer vision. So if we talk about deep learning, a more advanced subset of machine learning that mimics the neural networks of the human brain for complex decision making. If we'll talk about machine learning itself, it would learn from the data and would improve over the time without the explicit programming. Deep learning was a deep advanced subset of machine learning that mimics the neural networks of the human brain and complex decision making. Natural language processing is the ability to understand and process human languages like chatbots or virtual assistants. Now, computer vision is an AI's ability to interpret and analyze the images and videos often used in the facial recognition and the security surveillance, etc. So using artificial intelligence, we can detect suspicious activities, automate the threat responses, and it is helping us in detecting the threats well ahead of time. Now, if we want to see the actual usage of cybersecurity or AI in cybersecurity, there are lots of examples. These are listed, like some of them, like it enhances the cybersecurity in automating the threat detection involving incident response, etc. Example could be it is used in intrusion detection systems, which can identify suspicious patterns and can block the threats before they cause harm to any organization. Now, we have different examples like smartphones, social media, and healthcare, etc. You might have seen usage of artificial intelligence in those. For example, in smartphones, AI-powered Face ID, virtual assistants like Siri or Google Assistant, or AI enhancement cameras are there. If we are talking about social media, it helps in recommending the content, detecting the fake news, or even moderating the harmful content on platforms like YouTube, TikTok, or Facebook. Then we have on healthcare sector, AI is assisting in medical diagnostics, robot-assisted surgery, and drug discovery, etc. Then in manufacturing, AI-enabled predictive maintenance and quality control and AI-powered robots and assembly lines are making a huge difference in everyday life. Then we have roles of AI in cybersecurity. It enhances the cybersecurity by automating the process, by improving the threat intelligence, and by reducing the response times. Before, it used to be like the cybersecurity guys would be there in their offices. They'll be monitoring the activities which are taking place on the network, and they'll only get to know if they are constantly scanning and looking at the abnormal activities which are taking place on the network. But thanks to artificial intelligence and the systems which are backed by artificial intelligence, they keep an eye on the activities which are taking place on the network. And as soon as they see that certain activities are taking place which are not normal, it would automatically notify the administrators and would take preemptive measures in order to avoid those things. So AI helps in security teams in detecting, analyzing the risk, and to respond to the threats in a real time. Now let's look at the key areas where AI is used in cybersecurity. First of all, we have threat detection and prevention. Now, one of the AI's most important role in cybersecurity is threat detection and prevention. AI analyzes vast amount of network traffic, user behavior, and system logs to detect threats before they cause damage. For example, artificial intelligence powered SIEM systems, which is security information and event management tools, are used to correlate security events in a real time. These tools help security teams to identify anomalies, detect breaches, and respond to incidents more effectively. Further, if we look at malware detection, traditional antivirus software relies on signature-based detection, meaning that it needs to recognize a specific malware to strain before it can block it. But cyber criminals are constantly creating new malwares, variants, making this approach ineffective against zero-day attacks. This is where artificial intelligence powered malware detection comes in. Instead of relying solely on known signatures, artificial intelligence analyzes the malware behavior to classify and detect threats even if they are never been used before. For example, Cyberlens artificial intelligence based antivirus uses the machine learning to identify suspicious files behaviors and stop malwares before it executes. Then we all know about phishing detection. Phishing attacks are one of the most common cyber threats, tricking the users into revealing the sensitive information through fake emails or websites. Artificial intelligence enhances phishing detection, scanning email content, sender reputation, and embedded URLs to identify suspicious patterns. For example, Google Safe Browsing uses artificial intelligence to analyze billions of websites and emails daily, blocking fraudulent sites, and the users can be restricted to access those websites since it's been backed by Google and they are constantly updating that these websites are not safe for the users. If we talk about user behavior analytics, one of the biggest cybersecurity challenges is to detect insider threats and account compromises. So artificial intelligence powered user behavior analytics solves this by continuously monitoring how users interact with the systems and detecting unusual activities. For instance, Microsoft Defender uses artificial intelligence to analyze login patterns, access requests, and system interactions. If an employee suddenly logs into from an unusual location or access sensitive data they don't normally use, then artificial intelligence can flag it as a potentially suspicious activity. Further, if we look at the predictive analysis, AI's predictive capabilities allow cybersecurity systems to forecast potential threats by analyzing historical attack data and patterns. This helps organizations to take proactive measures before an attack occurs. One notable example here is Darktrace's artificial intelligence cybersecurity solution, which learns network behaviors over time and predict anomalies that could indicate cyber threats. Now we have vulnerability assessment. AI is significantly improving the vulnerability management by automatically scanning and prioritizing the security flaws based on the severity and the exploitability. Instead of manually analyzing thousands of potential weaknesses, artificial intelligence-driven vulnerability scanners like Qualys accesses the system's configurations, detect missing patches, and recommend corrective actions. Finally, in security chatbots, artificial intelligence chatbots are transforming cybersecurity incident response and user assistance by providing instant support by answering security-related queries and guiding users through best practices. Artificial intelligence is helping on different platforms. Chatbots are used. You might have seen it used by the banks and most of the companies where you are just asking the basic questions related to the accounts and stuff. It's used. Further, if you want, you can see it in the IBM Watson cybersecurity chatbot, which assists IT teams by automating responses to security incidents, analyzing threat reports, and escalating the security issues to security analysts. Now we'll see how AI improved the cybersecurity. So the key ways AI is enhancing the cybersecurity is, first of all, it's automating the threat detection. So significantly, AI is improving the threat detection by continuously monitoring the network traffic, user activity, and system logs to identify the anomalies in real time. Unlike traditionally security methods that can rely on predefined signatures, artificial intelligence uses machine learning models to detect unknown and evolving threats. A great example would be an AI-driven SIEM solution like Splunk AI, which analyzes massive amounts of security data and detect the threats as they emerge. Then we have AI systems which would enable the rapid response in vulnerabilities. So by analyzing the threat intelligence feeds, security logs, and attack patterns, AI prioritizes threats and helps security teams to react instantly. For example, AI-based threat intelligence platforms like Record Future analyzes the global threats data and provide real-time insights to prevent any kind of attacks. We have AI-powered tools which would scan the security misconfigurations. So misconfigurations in cloud environments, firewalls, and authentication systems are a leading cause of the security breaches. AI-powered tools automate the process in detecting and fixing those vulnerabilities. Instead of manually checking the security, AI-powered cloud security platforms like Wiz and Prisma Cloud would scan the cloud environment. It would identify the weakness and would suggest automated remediation and the steps required in order to eradicate that problem. Now we'll see how AI can enhance the security posture of it. So AI improves the organization's overall security strategy by analyzing vast amount of data, identifying patterns in cyber threats, and predicting future risks. AI-driven endpoint detection and response systems like CrowdStrike Falcon, you might have heard of it before. It monitors the endpoints, detect anomalies, and prevent the attacks before they occur. Finally, if we want to automate the tasks like patch management and compliance checks, AI eliminates the human error in patch management and compliance enforcement by automating the security updates and ensuring regulatory compliance. Instead of manually patching and security audits, AI-powered tools automatically detect outdated softwares, schedule the updates, and verify compliance. For example, artificial intelligence-driven vulnerabilities management platforms like Qualys and Tenable analyze the systems, identify missing patches, and would ensure the organizations meet the security standards. Now we look at how threat detection can be easily checked and managed by artificial intelligence. It's constantly monitoring the network and system for malicious activities, for potential threats, etc. So how AI helps in real-time monitoring is that AI-driven threat detection systems continuously analyze network traffic, logs, and user activities to identify potential cyber threats in real time. Unlike traditional security tools, AI can process large amount of data instantly, detecting suspicious activities before they escalate into full-blown attacks. A great example would be AI-powered intrusion detection and prevention systems like Cisco's SecureX, which uses machine learning algorithms to detect and block threats as they occur. Further, we have pattern recognition. It's the AI's ability to recognize the patterns and anomalies is crucial in identifying the new and evolving cyber threats. Traditionally, security tools rely on known attack signatures, making them ineffective against the zero-day attacks or unknown malware. AI, however, learns normal system behavior and flags deviations that may indicate an attack. For example, machine learning models detect the unusual login behaviors, abnormal data access, unexpected process executions, etc., all of which could signal a cyber threat. Further, advanced detection is also possible through artificial intelligence because it enhances the cybersecurity by correlating multiple security events across networks, endpoints, and cloud environments, helping identify advanced persistent threats and sophisticated attacks. Instead of analyzing the attacks isolation, AI-powered extended detection and response tools would combine the data with multiple sources, detecting multi-stage attacks and coordinate the cyber threats. For example, artificial intelligence extended detection and response solutions would analyze email phishing attempts, endpoint behaviors, and network anomalies to uncover hidden attack patterns. Now, like other things, threat prediction is also possible with artificial intelligence. AI would leverage the historical data of machine learning models to predict the potential cyber threats. If you look at the historical data analysis, AI would improve the threat prediction by analyzing historical cyber data, previous incidents, and global threats intelligence feeds to anticipate potential risk. By analyzing the trends and attack patterns, AI would help in organizing it would help the organizations in identifying recurring threats or attacks and would prepare it for defenses in advance before the attack happens. A great example is AI-driven threat intelligence platform that like Recorded Future, which would continuously monitor dark web activity, hacker forums, and security reports to predict the upcoming cyber threats. We have proactive defense, where instead of waiting for attacks to happen, AI would enable the organizations to adapt proactive security approaches, identifying vulnerabilities before they are exploited. Using predictive analysis or predictive analytics, AI-based security tools would analyze the system weaknesses, would monitor the emerging threats, and would suggest preventive actions. For example, Microsoft Sentinel, a cloud-based SIEM system which leverages artificial intelligence to detect early signs of cyber threats, automatically implement the mitigation strategies as well. Lastly, in anticipating the attack vectors, AI doesn't just predict when the attack might happen, it also anticipates the likelihood of the attack methods and entry points that the hackers might use. By analyzing threat landscape and security gaps and adversarial tactics, AI models can recommend the tailored defense strategies. A great example would be AI-powered threat hunting solution, which is proactively scanning the systems and detect the potential infiltration paths and security blind spots. So if we are talking about incident response with AI, it would automate and accelerate the incident response to contain and mitigate the threats quickly. So the key aspects of AI incident response could be automated responses, where AI incident response tools would help security teams to automate threat containment and mitigate the risk effectively, significantly reducing the manual intervention. Traditional incident response relies on human analysts manually assessing the alerts, which can delay the response times. AI would solve this by orchestrating the security workflows and taking automated actions against the detections and threats. Now, a great example of AI-powered SOAR, which is Security Orchestration, Automation, and Response Platforms, which integrates with the security tools to automate the threat containment logs, analysis, and remediation steps. Instant containment is also important when security breaches occur. Quick containment is critical to prevent the further damage. AI-driven security tools can automatically isolate compromised endpoints and block the malicious activities before they escalate. Instead of waiting for human intervention, AI-based endpoint detection and response tools can detect unusual behaviors, quarantine infected devices, and restrict the unauthorized access. For example, AI-powered EDR solutions would monitor the endpoint activities in real time and take immediate actions when a system shows a sign of compromise. Learning and adapting means that AI-driven security frameworks will continuously analyze the past incidents, learning from the attack patterns and response effectiveness to improve the future threat mitigation. Instead of relying on static rule-based systems, AI adapts to evolve cyber threats by adapting its detection and response strategies dynamically. A great example is AI-driven adaptive security framework, which learn from the previous security events and adjust the defenses counter of the emerging threats. Then we have incident management. AI streamlines the incident management by providing real-time insights, automating the alert triage, and correlating the security events across multiple systems. AI-powered security information and event system, which we call as SIEM solutions as well, help security teams to analyze various vast amount of the logs, prioritize the threats, and automate the response actions. For example, AI-driven SIEM platforms would centralize the security monitoring and provide a comprehensive view of the incidents, automation, detection, and correlations. Now we have a new concept of generative AI in cybersecurity. It refers to AI models that can generate new data, text, images, and even code based on learned patterns, etc. Example is GPT models like deepfake technology, AI generated malware, etc. So how generative AI is used in cybersecurity? We'll try to understand that detecting new type of attacks, generative AI can enhance the cyber threat detection by analyzing the massive data sets to identify emerging attack patterns and previously unseen cyber threats. By leveraging the machine learning and artificial intelligence-based threat intelligence tools, security teams can predict and counter the novel attack techniques before they become widespread. A great example is OpenAI Codex, which can analyze malware code and help cybersecurity professionals to understand and mitigate new risk and attack vectors. It can even automate the threat response. Generative AI can automate the incident response by generating customized security playbooks, helping organizations respond to the threats more effectively. Instead of relying on predefined rule sets, a dynamically updated rules can help tailored mitigation strategies based on real-time attack analysis. For example, AI-generated security playbook can provide automated step-by-step remediation for different cyber threats, reducing the human workload. Then generating the realistic phishing simulations. Phishing attacks are one of the most common cybersecurity threats, and generative AI helps organizations train employees by creating realistic phishing simulations. Using AI generative phishing emails, security teams can test and improve the user awareness without exposing them to real threats. A great example is Know Before AI driven phishing simulators, which generate customized and convincing phishing emails to train employees. Further, we can unleash the overall impact of cybersecurity by using generative AI in data analysis at scale. And in this one, it would generate an AI would generate a highly effective, massive volume of cybersecurity data. And then further, it would help the analyst to extract the insights faster. Instead of manually shifting through security logs, alerts, and reports, AI-driven analytics platforms can identify the anomalies and correlations in real time. For example, AI-powered analytics platforms like Splunk and Elastic Security can process vast security data sets to detect threats more efficiently. Next is adaptive, not adaptive. Before that, we'll talk about advanced pattern recognition. Generative AI can enhance the pattern recognition by identifying the attack behaviors that traditional methods might overlook. AI methods would analyze the historical attack data, recognize the low and slow attacks, and would even consider the insider attacks and a multi-stage intrusions, etc. AI-based anomaly detection in security logs can help identify unusual system behaviors that may indicate cyber attacks. Then we have adaptive threat intelligence, and AI continuously learns from the past attacks and refine the defensive strategies, making security systems more resilient over time. Instead of relying on static threat databases, artificial intelligence tools can update the real time in ensuring the organizations stay prepared for the emerging threats. A great example is IBM X-Force Exchange, which uses artificial intelligence-driven threat intelligence to identify and counter evolving attacks and techniques. Then further, we have speeding up threat responses. Generative AI can enhance the security orchestration, automation, and response, which is SOAR platforms, allowing the faster threat identification and mitigation. By automating the threat analysis, correlation, and response actions, AI-driven SOAR solutions can significantly reduce the incident response times. A great example is AI-powered SOAR platforms, which would identify triage alerts, automatic forensics analysis, and can initiate containment protocols. Now further, it is helping us in security reports and AI, where the key enhancement of the AI could be automating the rule creation. AI enhances the security, cybersecurity by automatically generating detection rules based on the historical data, evolving threats, This would reduce the manual effort required to create and update security policies. Instead of relying on static manual configuration of rules, AI would analyze the attack patterns and dynamically create and update the anomalies detection. A great example is AI-powered SIEM systems like Splunk and QRadar, which automatically detect these suspicious activities and generate custom detection rules. Then we have adapting new threats. Cybersecurity threats are constantly evolving, and traditionally detection of the system struggle to keep up with the artificial intelligence driven security solutions, dynamically update the detection rules and stay ahead of emerging threats. Machine learning based on intrusion detection and prevention system would continuously analyze the network for the activities based on the novel attack techniques and would refine the detection algorithms without manual interventions. Now, AI-powered IDS and IPS solutions would learn from the global threat intelligence and would automatically adjust their rules based on the newly discovered threats. Further, we have customized rules. In customizable rules, artificial intelligence-powered security platforms will allow the organization to customize the detection rules based on their unique environments and the assets at low risk. Security teams can define specific patterns or the parameters, ensuring that more accurate threat detection and is reduced unnecessary alerts. For example, AI-based security platforms would use or create rules for unusual login attempts, data exfiltration, and suspicious user activity, making the system more adaptable to business-specific threats. Then further, we will be reducing the false positives. One of the biggest challenges in cybersecurity is the alert fatigue caused by the false positives. AI enhances the threat detection accuracy by refining the behavior analysis models and filtering out the irrelevant alerts, etc. Now, AI would enhance the endpoint detection and response solution, would analyze the user behavior system and the activities and threat patterns to differentiate real threats from the false alarms. A great example here is AI-driven EDR solution, which would learn from the historical events or the security incidents and would prioritize the high-risk alerts, reducing the noise and improving the response efficacy. If we look at the security reports with AI, AI can eliminate the need of manual report generation and can automatically compile the security data risk assessment and the compliance report. So instead of spending hours analyzing the logs and compiling security metrics, AI-driven platforms can generate detailed reports in real time. And the example for that is AI-driven SIEM dashboards that can automate the risk and compliance reports, etc. Real-time insights is AI continuously monitoring the security events and analyze the threat data and deliver real-time insights, helping the organizations to stay ahead of time. So the traditional methods would likely rely on periodic analysis, whereas the AI-powered cybersecurity analyst platforms would provide live attack trend monitoring, etc. And we have the tools for that, which are used for analytics and platforms which would provide live attack trends, etc. Actionable insights are AI-driven security operations center would perform and help us in enhancing the decision making and filtering the essential security insights from the massive data sets. Instead of overwhelming security teams with raw data, AI would prioritize the critical alerts and would suggest the appropriate actions. A great example is AI-powered SOAR platforms that correlate multiple security incidents and highlight the most significant and urgent threats which requires investigation. Now, visual data is very important, where AI would simplify the complex security report by converting them into interactive dashboards, graphs, and threat maps for better understanding. Instead of relying on long textual reports, AI-based cybersecurity trends, attack vectors, and risk scores are in a visual format, which is really helpful for us to understand. A great example is AI-powered threat maps, which would display the real-time cyber threats globally by helping the organizations to track the attack origins and patterns. Further, it helps in faster response. AI accelerates incident responses by automating the security alert and mitigating strategies by reducing the real-time need to contain the threats. Now, AI-generated incident response playbooks would provide step-by-step guides for the security teams to ensure and to coordinate with the efficient approach in threat containment. Then we have continuous learning. AI would enhance the security reporting over time by learning from the past incidents and refining defining the risk. Instead of relying on the static security models, AI would adapt the evolving threats by ensuring the risk evaluation and maintain the accurate and up-to-date information. Lastly, we have seamless integration, where AI-powered security tools would integrate the effortlessly with the existing cybersecurity infrastructure, ensuring the enhanced coordination across multiple security layers. Instead of working with silos, AI-based SIEM solutions would collaborate the endpoint security threats intelligence and cloud security tools in a unified security approach. So there are advantages and there could be some sort of disadvantages as well, and considerations to have in mind before you can use AI and cybersecurity. So the key concerns, some of them are listed over there. They could be more than this, and there are concerns, and there are ever growing concerns on it with the passage of time, if people are comfortable using AI with cybersecurity or not. First of all, the privacy concerns are there, because the cybersecurity tools can analyze vast amount of data, of user data, often monitor the online activities, network traffic, personal behaviors, and detection threats. However, this raises a serious privacy concern. Surveillance data collection tools can track individuals without their knowledge and potentially lead to privacy violations. Then we can have a bias or fairness. AI systems can rely on historical data to make decisions, but if this data contains bias, AI can unintentionally reinforce unfair security practices. For example, AI-driven fraud detection systems may discriminate against a certain user demographics based on the past cases, even if they don't present or if they don't have an actual security risk there as well. Further, we have accountability and transparency. AI-driven cybersecurity tools can make critical security decisions, but often these decisions are opaque and lack human oversight. AI-based threat detection tools must be transparent and ensure the security teams understand how AI reaches its conclusion. So they'll have to manually monitor the activities or the things which are there as well. Then we have security versus ethics. AI-driven security measures often conflict with the ethical consideration, require a careful balance between the potential or the protection of the personal freedom. While AI-embedded systems can have mass surveillance, it helps prevent cyber threats. It also raises the ethical concerns about the privacy rights and civil boundaries. For example, AI monitoring tools that track employees' activities in real time may enhance security, but also invade the personal privacy of individuals. Job placement displacement is also a big issue, where AI automates the security processes. There is a growing concern that it may replace the human role in the cybersecurity and would impact the job industry. AI-driven threat detection, incident response, and vulnerability assessment reduces the need for manual analysis and to potentially displacing the cybersecurity analyst. Further, there is ethical AI design to address ethical concerns. AI in cybersecurity must be designed with fairness and accountability and transparency principles in mind. AI framework should include the bias detection, human oversight, and explainable decision-making processes to ensure ethical AI deployment. A great example of AI deployment of AI models that follow the ethical AI practices is to ensure that AI-based threat detection and response are fair, transparent, and accountable. Now, in real-world application of AI in cybersecurity, there are some success stories as well, where AI is doing wonders in detecting the fraud and other things, like in Darktrace, which is an AI-driven anomaly detection system. It is a leading AI-powered cybersecurity company that uses machine learning and anomaly detection to identify cyber threats in real time. By continuously analyzing the threats and other things, it can easily trace any unusual activities. Then we have Cyberlance, which is an AI-based malware detection, is a part of BlackBerry, leverages the machine learning again to predict and prevent the malware infections without relying on the traditional signature-based detection. Then we have Microsoft AI phishing detection. It leverages the AI and machine learning to analyze the email communication patterns and detect phishing attempts before they reach to the users. Now, Microsoft Defender for Office 365 would scan billions of emails daily using AI to block phishing attempts or the malicious links and spoofed emails, etc. Then we have Capital One. It integrates artificial intelligence fraud detection into the cybersecurity framework by ensuring the real-time monitoring of the financial transactions. It's also using the AI model to analyze the spending patterns. Capital One detects potential fraud, identity theft, and unauthorized activities and transactions. JP Morgan, which is a bank known by the name of Chase as well, it leverages AI to enhance the threat detection and risk assessment by protecting billions of dollars in digital transactions. AI analyzes the transaction patterns, login behaviors, and system access logs to detect potential fraud and cybersecurity risk. Finally, Netflix is also using AI for data security. It implements the AI-powered data security solutions to protect user accounts from unauthorized access and cyber threats. So AI detects the credential stuffing attacks where the hackers use leaked credentials from past breaches to gain access to user accounts. Now we'll look at the security and event management with AI. It is helping in enhancing the SIEM systems, as we have covered earlier, by analyzing the vast security logs, correlating data, and detecting the anomalies. A great example could be AI-driven event correlation, where AI detect patterns across seamlessly unrelated security logs. And then we have different benefits of AI-powered SIEM systems. It helps in faster detection of cyber threats. Then it helps in automated incident response by automating the threat responses. Then we have improved accuracy and detecting suspicious activities. Not like traditional SIEM systems, it generates excessive alerts, overwhelming the security teams with the false positives. It is helping us in learning it by the normal behavior patterns and identifying the real threats with greater precision. And then finally, it has the reduction in false positives. One of the key benefits of AI-based SIEM system is advanced pattern recognition, which would help reduce the false positive and focus on genuine security threats. Finally, we look at machine learning, endpoint detection and response, user and entity behavior analytics. First of all, if we'll talk about the integration of it, so AI-driven machine learning models play a critical role in endpoint detection and response, and user and entity behavior analytics by continuously monitoring the network activity, endpoint behaviors, and user interactions for any potential cyber threats. AI-powered EDR solutions would analyze the endpoint behaviors to detect advanced threats, malware, and unauthorized activities, providing real-time protection against cyber attacks. Similarly, UEBA solutions would leverage the AI to monitor the user behavior, login patterns, entity activity, or any sort of entity activities, helping the security teams in identifying the insider threats and compromised accounts for suspicious actions. Then we have benefits of AI in EDR and UEBA. AI-driven endpoint security would identify and block the advanced threats because it would continuously monitor the endpoints, would detect it for zero-day attacks, ransomware, and fileless malware that traditional security tools might miss in a regular scan. Behavior analytics and the detector inside threats and the compromised accounts would be UEBA solution that would analyze the user behavior over time, flag suspicious activities such as abnormal login from the different locations, privilege escalation, or unauthorized file access. AI would even enhance the automated threat remediation and response capabilities. AI doesn't just detect the threats, it also responds automatically by taking predefined security actions such as isolating devices or revoking access or altering or alerting to the security teams. Finally, we have the last thing, which reduces the alert fatigue by prioritizing the critical security incident. Traditionally, security tools generate an overwhelming number of alerts, making it difficult for the analyst to identify the real threats. AI-powered EDR and UEBI would prioritize the alerts based on the risk levels by reducing the false positives. So that's it for this lecture. We have explored how artificial intelligence is transforming cybersecurity from threat detection and predictive analysis to incident response, ethical considerations, and real-world applications. AI-driven technologies like SIEM, EDR, UEBA, and SOAR are revolutionizing the ways organizations detect, analyze, and respond to cyber threats in real time. By leveraging machine learning, behavior analytics, and automation, AI enhances threat intelligence, reduces alert fatigue, and improve response efficiency, helping security teams stay ahead of cyber criminals. However, as we implement AI in cybersecurity, we must also consider ethical considerations such as privacy concerns, bias, and transparency by ensuring responsible AI deployment. As cyber threats continue to evolve, AI will play an increasingly critical role in securing digital infrastructures. Organizations must adopt artificial intelligence driven security strategies to enhance detection, automation, defense, and build resilient cybersecurity frameworks. That's it for today. Thank you very much.